Ghana adishimai memamo ajo esa mamo akwaba edeba ene jumedi so ewo na 2 TV ewo jumedi a ya to din the sit show ene eye edwada eye July bosomi a etoso edunu mienu na yebeda erade asese memene wo yeso yanya ni se ne yeda so te enkwam nye obia na enya ni se nti se adipa achie na se yeso yeda so eti enkwam tekshema eda bodwemu na ya aseda PCA de be ma otweri ampo nyankopon a obosoro ene asase misama makwa babiom se afi na ode wo fidie na to ha na wabo obi nka ye se your favorite seat show de egu akwemu a ene sa ene nsem no doso nsem big nsem poro na seni ade bia ye no ye fa nsem no emu baako mienu miense bi ne ye de wo mo makwadare sa nsem num no le de o ma ba na o ma be ye nsem num chenchemu ama memenewo ewiase nanim ewiase tumrika eruti ehu be hia se yenso ebre ne ebri bia no ye betumi ama ye ni ada ho ye be hu the trending issues na ya hwe nokure wom o pe trending issues a enye se bia trending issues keke na wo de ofiri na kotu ba bia keke nokure trodo wonim se sa program we there we are honest and sincere with our presentation. It will be political show. Nukre ewom pa dia the sit show upa ho ko ba bia wonya ebi. Musumfo ohene amakondo do na frame. The flag bearer ene numre mebedi jumadi eho chiame. Na mesa campaign kese pa ewo ene jumadi eso. Mi hu ekwan a memfa enda na di sane se ni modu ye ni modu ye ene me guest se nka ya dia ne nije politics ho anka meka se ebi kra anka ono so wabedi president anase bi oye presidential candidate edema any of the political parties ni we dia minim ba bi efiri but minim se se ne modu no eni inwuma papa we aye wo wiase eye platforms a wagina akasa ede na no disema akasa no atudwa no la chese se me so obedi president kranka migidi se obebo ne humodin papa sa pani na enure yensa aka no na meyi no e de achemu na ya tintwi nsam ye hwe emabunu ekwan a ye be fa so a ye betumi ayusu eye abefu eye ICT kwan so e de apɛ ndwuma e de ama eye Ghana mabunu sei obi ase adwuma ni ho ye nya adwuma ye ene ne keka ho but akwan bi wo ho other countries other continent omotumi take advantage of the digitalization omotumi dia create employment ama eye mmebunu memene wo ene oba ontie ya mane betie pani betumi ebebu ye ni papa ama ye hu ekwan a sa digitalization kro ebetumi afaso ede ama enwuma abana memene wo yenso yenye bi aye na digitalization ya semia na akofa nsem bi aba mo amu social media de megidi se nsem we moti bi da pa aban eni so ade hu ni se ye beye bibia wo abefo kwan so brilliant idea wonderful idea na mebisa se mi wo mi phone na mato data na hwem na ekwan ben so na meye encouraged to always want to access these resources aban ediegu internet so infoni bi beto odwa anase statement bi beto odwa I think 2023 from the premises anase offices of MTN no mo kire se omo data na ne bo ayeden no aban na ahye omo se omo yi nyema bi free mu enti na ne bo ayeden mo omo yusu networks ni nyina mo behu se mo ne mbe ya adwene se network ni ebi bo eden esin ebi se mesele se production se document na ye ready a me pacho mo mfanto ahoma no so na screen so na me kenkan kakra mfama ahwefo na ye ndi sa nsem hu nkomo okay o media release we from MTN ya try say be check ye nya information say authentic document but say na me kan ye no ade a o mo release no 11th April last year ton na every almost say MTN Ghana suspends MTN data zone bundles. I say we peto Ghana say ye use data zone bundle no dodo na edwaye pa nanso Okan edu echo say Scancom PLC MTN Ghana has announced suspension of the MTN data zone bundle effective April 5, 2023. We apologize to our cherished customers for limiting our communications on the matter to service activation or service activation channels only. This media release is to provide more information on the issue. The suspension of the innovative data zone bundle is due to a review of the bundle offer in line with the significant market power directives applied to MTN Ghana in June 2020, not to be the lowest priced on any offer in the country. Also, we are currently engaging and collaborating with the regulator as we seek alignment on a revised data zone bundle to be reinstated as soon as possible. We will notify you in due course of further development. Also, data zone bundle is an innovation by MTN Ghana that gives customers a one-day validity bundle at discounted notes or rates at the point of purchase. Subscription is through the short code blah 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 blah. MTN Ghana would like to reassure the customers or its customers that it would continue to roll out innovative and affordable products and services for the benefit of the cherished customers. Signed, Media Mame Nana Kofi Asari, acting chief corporate services officer. And this statement we able to jana utie in some woman. Na chese gomo de omo Ghana for o mama Ghana for data nebo efu. Nanso aban say ma womo emma omo data no ebo enye fusin afoforo. Asem we eyeme na kakra. Na ye behwe se nyame ya adom a ukoda ebe ye betwe aben the regulatory authority either National Communication Authority or say one issue ya na Ghana for enya sa insemu in Chepa, because the document was released last year and also they are engaging and collaborating with the regulator to come out with cheaper and affordable data. But more than 1 year in April 2024, abetwom nti afini exchange yentifi ema data ne boa na aye dini ediama memene o ama Ghana for dodo na kasa fa ho asemo a se kasa fa ho a eyeye san se data de o de toto Nigeria any other countries na kamia ye se ye de no ense da enye mresa enti ye be pempenufo no ma ba no ba be cheche ni nti a etisa aso Ghana nkwa na data ewosoro anase etisen nti mo amuka mudi sankomo we social media no we agree with you esese the regulator no eba out no be cheche mu ni nti a ekoba ne sa na ye nyina yenya ye ho enti ase enche bia ena ye mampanin dada Ghana mampanin dada His Excellency the late John Evans, Professor John Evans, Fifi Atamios enya ne ba bi koye in fact ache ye 21st July aye end the year ena o dane na chi hwe ban no yenya eye mfie du mienu eye 12 years obi beka say se si aye na 12 years emre kwa na konti obepe bibia ya no aye ntam enti Professor Mills nya ne ba bi koye no mfie du mienu eye 12 years ene endra ena sene ameka kire mu na wotwetwa mu no senka otiase a anka ye 24th July am say ye yawada da ye nimu enanka obenya mfie edo wotwe 80 years Professor Mills anka otiase a ye 24th July enanka obenya 80 years enti yenya okay 24th year ye ukwada ebe sorry 24th year coming Wednesday na ebusuano ekoye mpaebo kakra ewo eye Asumdwe Park na yebepese yebetwe aben nana emfua the third a oye chidom hima edema odom na abusua ewo Ekumfi traditional area na yene no atwetwe enkomo kakra eno ti se maame ewa homa no so a yebe pese yene ne betwetwe enkomo kakra fa Kwasi Addo no dwumedi a omkodi wo Asomdwe Park de kai the former president of the Republic of Ghana Professor John Fifi Atta Mills. John Fifi also the John in the when I yes enuti pusu ahomana hwese sabeka oba hima nana info the third chidom hima edema odom na abusuan Professor Mills efrimu se mo beka ya information bi aba se Professor Mills ni nua bi a efe no Kadma Mills odinsem bi so tudwa Joy ye nuanom Joy asue se omo bisa for autopsy report of the late president no omo nye abusuafo yesu enim se nana hima ene omampani nanado ehia no ogina abusuan nanemu esre nanado senka be ya ko omo nye ewonum ahwehwem ne yehu nia se be de omo de hye no ko asamando mensa aka nana hima awman so nana hima mo adwo mo akwaba
ebru
na mo hoye de
Ejana da uruma ohine pachana hoswe.
Nyame adom yeso yehu papa. Na wo de matese numre unwuma no dose nti mebo no tew e de ama na watumi akotoa unwuma so. Ebse yefrɛ ene numre ya nya bone yenya ne tiese Kwasi Addo atwa mu ene de ya ye mampanin dada Ghana mampanin dada Professor Mills a wonya ne baabi ekɔ ndra ene wonya mfie dumienu 12 years na yatese abusuan no ekoye mpaibɔ kakra ewo Asomdwe Park pacho obetumi atwa mfoni kakra de amaye
mane na asena menchia otiefo na dwi gide se samle de ejana da roma obi akwa ba bedufi Asomdwe mu na men sai correct bibi wa ha enya ndra na prof enya 12 years.
Okay.
Anyway, your feminine name for autosomiensa. Me chidom hima Kofi asaman buedukwa.
Okay.
Me odom na ebusia ni nyina ehima.
Okay.
Na yeti eni asaman yankrabata eni otom eni nekeka ho.
Okay.
Endra se property asia. Kandra, and on 80 years.
Okay, that's right. Thanks for the correction.
Na, and on a busia and penny phone in a kikam with Chibo said no. And yes, I be ever trying as some courtiers in a clean could deal with it. Only walk around, I'll see a man said, yeah, that's what done. Enti ebusia tena sidi keka wuti bom na se nkro no bata nyina na ye wabusia pani ewo ho nti o se ye keka busia pani fo nyina bom na Kwasi Addo no patutu tu na bo 7 de ye Asomdwe Park ye ne no akodi ahie mu fefefe ebusia bom paye kai no sawati asia ka enedie kayane no ena edi tobum but one ti asi nyina kura no wo ye gidie mu no enim se honam bia no na ada na susum ne de oguso ne yeti
sa
enti se ote se yakwa Asomdwe Park no kure endra emunya 18 years ke yabusia ne ni je ya hoa se otiase odaso nisunsom ne daso ne yenam nti ne kwahye ne sa ni eti ubisam ya na nchire mu no
yo nana ma ye beda sepa na wo kasa na wo se abusuan emse insemo apie afri Professor Mills ni wo mu bi se be a legitimate family bi so nye legitimate family na wo kasa abusuan na je se wo pese wo che se abusuan Professor Mills free mu mapa ene kodi se adwumadie wi
But on pepe, only say, ye account for. Ya kana mambre muno. Odisi bia ofili ma mi fie. Ono de ebusia no enyuko no ho pa. Na yese be ma ba ye nchi no ya fe no oba benyin. Etrese ono nso ya de hia wo ba bi o. Eti ono se wo kana sama wo tumi kan bebre. But oba ba de oye wona ho pe. Eti wo kana sama wo bi wa no kan.
Okay.
Eti Professor Mills eyo baba ewo dom na ebusia se de ono a declare e ma wi ase nyinala evu ye bebi akosiri. Eti Professor Mills efiri odom na ebusia kaso ofi utom ampa odom na ebusia utom ena ofiri mu bai.
Yo nana ima emse mfoni na ye yi no me hu koku anyi dohu ewom na so ono do nya busuani o ana
oyine mami kana wiase nyina tete wiase ba kwa na wie ye no koku anyi dohu de odom na busuani nja ni muda ye mpanifo se ya de ohowo ena chechere man koku anyi dohu akasa oyine nda no megina wa fidie kase eso apa me nia ba ma ne me bra apani me na ma ba ma me pa ne chow.
Yeah.
Amafo di na te me friend di na te mo anya se me di na te mo na chi o.
Okay.
Na oyine se wa men crash na wo ba judge ne wrongly.
Okay.
Aye odobia papa ne da na di akire koku anyi dohu. Enu wodo ana o di sane di ama papa yi back. Enti ko serious area ye de ebusia no ye ni koku anyi dohu a ene be na. Ye de ni replace ye this year because ye san hia ne sisi ya bi. Enti se ya prof fa ne se ne ba ne fa na ebusia no so afa ne se omoba. Ti bebi ya ebusia ne gina bia koku anyi dohu mo be hu no wo ye ntem.
Yo nana ye beda se won chechemu a wode amayemu na mi hwehwe mu kire se library bi koso wo mo masue ye ho eye nokre se ye nokre a won ya na esi library no na eye die ntina mo si sa library no
ahiri mabenda wase na mama sore kakra ni aje okwe Kofi to ma prof boarding se eho no fi no odomi na ebusia atade yaso yatendende eye January a me call abankasie mu a ede Kofi nyina bisade na ebusia bisade koto omampani ni nyina yati ko ka nanso mampaba na minya nso minya Koku anyi do kacha sister mampaba na se ya netie ayabusunya tem atedoko politics ayini eni na otwe mienu na otwe miensa na Kwaku se oni mo bi aye frɛ no Dr. Honorable Napo am si da bi o me de me politics also there on hwehwɛ eni ekoye in fact time o de share ne dio me kadu ne dan no ekoye o se nana edi pa na wo hwehwɛ ayine me young woman na me tiso me timi aka kire Honorable Napo se papa me ni ta kotadi edi but enam me nana ni ye wiase nyinara na otsre nti etsre bebi a ofiri no sabe onya na kwantu obi tuye no ye tidi ni keke na so bibia nya sansode ewo Kofi ese eye papa ni di nti ni katsre papa enka be ya enka obaboa me awo bibi kitwe bi motedie sa obisio kanima me dan no anaka opese obesi asana obinesa be kana ni fi o sinana woni ni se prof opa de sua ne ade nti ye bibisa library ama wa obetumi ahando na manage no kure me ba vie ndi 24 hours me frɛ me sɛ contractor so obekɔ site
wow
ni akoko ani do ho na ni shira no bebi okopi asa odi agro ampala na me di mi hima contractor call site within 48 hours no honorable napo bebi owobi
yo say kamba bibisa na hima last question say ahoma no atiko inim say yensa ebesan aka na hima say nyesa dia yembra yo odofo sani amonim no eye nana hima nana info the third ya chidom hima de ma odom na abusua no na yene no atwetwe nkomo na waye correction say nyame ya adomo anka professor Mills Tiasia anka eye endeda na wonya mfie do wotwe no na mse 24th anka 24th eda yenimu ye wuko eda yenimu na professor Mills wuye na be ye mfie edu mienu enti mo be hye ne nso de amam na imam pacho na wa no guso a wokasa
yo enti no kura ni ete Dr. Napo MI say yankwa ya me ni suade hu contractor was site the whole town any Kofi obi odi ne ni hwe bia hu say enta kura no prof edan ya yesi ene ne library ayeye no esi otom kama okay
yo se mu wie na mu bia no na maton safre na 2 ye beba na ye de mfidie no
cha me frɛ ododo
good
chakra ma me ba bo so me pɛ me frɛ
sir
oh another ye plasa ye ho tete ye wia ne sa
yo mate meba
ye be siesi wura mu gya ho da bi
yo meba me so de meba me pɛ fufuo pa antino na o siesi machi kama
so dia sa ho ye farming area me so edano so dia o ka ona mi ansa na po na na wo
na ya koche fish dia ba abeye nkwan ama wo
we need problem
me dasi na mpacho o kasam no last time I know kasa ye no any video ayensa kana mo call o mampeni na nado asuye ekoda na sefo say omo develop asundwe park edima mo no musan edin sembetu nanim se kebeyanka omonye hwehwemu na monsa abusuansanka eye autopsy report no pacha obesi na monsa mati bibia fi omampani aso e
me pacha ni tibia na ebe mr ebesa watami aso mi ka tu anamo bio sawo ko openi na aso ba kwa yeka obetena se openi na aso nkoso a
sabe pepe
eti message to anamo bio
yo
eye meni so ade hu na ebusua ne so ani so ade hu so metu hu anamo bio
mpacho yo na ndi obeka kire eye ebusua ne Ghana man na minjao na kotwa onyuma so
yo me dase mami to American kwa Kofi na enkochia me mpenifu a efin kron andra ami ya dom ema yakoshe yedehye ne nunyam na nea na ye ni gye eye fe wo mu otom mpenifu a sabe odehye ne to ya otu so gu ne ho no na okan ye ho na oba tan eni achiamehene ni ebusia ni nyina chiri eye na nakobna ban ni enso etai na oba hema so metai chiri ni ekoyiye odehye no bibia mani efe nimre mi fa we fidie tasie so asemo se ayuko na ayuko ni ewie am se 24 no na wonya 12 years eye ni pa bebre se ya tia da yantindaye afi bia ye wo park no so na ase enipa bi kan yen hye but afi we die ye pese obusia ne yankasa ye kwaye ye bibia la na ye de short this year na nyam na wi ate hu se no kra se papa no bebi a ka so ofire no ho abusuafo no ye nda anu mu ye ba ye mum dede na eni ye ya piwo so na me ya doma 24 ye beko asumdue park na ya kwakosira audition na ya se onde yi enti mitia Ghana man nyina obi a obompa ya mame obi a omompa ya mame mitia obi a nyamishiro obi a na me sanchi ya me nua be makokwani de ho ye ra nyame onshira wate ewadin peda ono nya okesie enipa enim ni awoye ene betinka wona yakọwachi no mo nim ni awoye ama bushie die ewade bekoso akan wona yakọwanim na misew kwa bushie ye do ye bekoso ado akosi wi asewie onini na minshira woni wadwuma mufuo nyina
yo
na minchia wadwuma wura anabukane akompra kwa Agyapong
sharp
Senete Kofi ya kwan no
ohwe nti obeba
senete me sim pa ne che Kofi ya kwan no
yo nana ima yo
abo Canada Agyapong Kofi me zrao
le refi mu
le refi mu de kasi am de tu nanim
emre pamu no ade a migiri se honorable ebeba otie wonti no obetu wana mo nana ima ebeda ase passe odi oni atwetwe enkomo ene enumre orofo ye nana hima ye info the third ye ohima edim achidom hima edima odom na abusu ewo Kofi traditional area ene ene no atwetwe enkomo no koso a ekamfo ye Franco trading enterprise edimamo bagana ha no mo abia obenya phone so pa de omu ni classmate enunti obetu anamon ade a ukoho a onsa beka phones bebre all the types Nokia, Samsung, iPhones any smart TVs nyina sizes a ope bia ade a onsa beka ebi wo awos Franco Trading Enterprise fridge akese ne nketwa na foforo kro mo de aba no sa CCTV camera se be bia wo bia ne ekoso wo waso e bia onsa obetumi ahwe ebi wo kra wo phone so ade a obetumi ehunia ekoso sizes dodo na aba edwa so a ode tu anamonko omaso ya ade a onsa beka sa ene papa yibi na ebe hye enso sese omo boye kokko se maye nkofa social media social media nkofa address bia keke wo pese oni omo edi nkita ho a wo ade a onsa beka omo 0246422338 0246422338 and 0555939311 onsa beka Franco Trading Enterprise still phone papa fie na mensan enka mu se awos unisex boutique eko so a omo ebo yepono se yem fa yani enkyere ho se wo pe leather bags shoes any belt papa free amanone de abagana onfa woni enche bebia agise awos unisex boutique na omo ye discount promotion bia ode woni ekyere o maso ya de a obetumi de ho adwum papa clearance sales ekoso a bibia obefa bia ebe ma ni titiri mpaboa no mpaboa bia ode onsa besom ewo awos unisex boutique no me ka che wo hanti uko a beti so 50% na ode 50 no ahye ubotom eruti ye kanfo awos unisex boutique de ma onsa be kan mo tesano behind the police depot na East Legon Shashi Boundary Road Jowolo opposite the First Atlantic Bank and also airport terminal 3 departure C opposite Sandra Launch ode woni HSS ya dia obetumi ene awos unisex boutique edi enkomo obetumi afro mo 0244 649 379 0244 649 awos boutique comfort and star na waji wodie yo me come enim rofo me ba studio ankasa na me guest atwetwe enkomo me guess there send am kan no e ade ani mu odu ye papa na oman mu yan kan okrenti anka papa yi aka seke ye hoahoa na so ne so gidi se mu dodo na ehu flyers na ene nam social media about ene interview me gidi se moni e de echi enti mu dodo na ehu nipa meka ne ho asem na me semre ene ye be poto kakra e de abamu last week me poto ma me be friend was you in me ntio enso mesle mame wo de wani e de echi kakra wo so beti e free SHS nti minsa aka e doctor Kofi Prince Kofi Kludjeson. Dr. Prince Kofi Kludjeson. Doc, I welcome you to the Sit Show.
Thank you very much.
I hope you are doing good.
I'm great.
We thank God.
I'm great, yeah.
I think you used to come to this studio, right?
Yeah, when I was AGI president, I came here for some interviews.
Okay. When you were AGI president?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. I think I'll come to the AGI issues, but viewers want to know who Dr. Kludjeson is. I know a lot of people know you, but today we are joined by a lot of new viewers, so they would want to know briefly about you. Yes.
Okay. Oh, my name is Prince Kofi Kludjeson. I come from Havana in the Boto region. I've done a lot of things in terms of in the tech world. I started life with 12 poker calculators many years ago.
Okay.
And I raised up, to be chairman of Kludjeson International Limited. And then Cetel, the first, indigenous Ghanaian telecom company. And I'm also currently the president of Bota Development Forum. And, about, chairman of Cetel Limited.
Okay.
We are, for the past few years, we're trying to transform Ghana, into a smart, country.
Okay.
Technology, focusing on education, health, and others in the youth sector.
Okay.
Where my specialty has been. So many people know me in various ways.
Yes, in various ways.
That's
okay.
what I am. Yeah.
I can understand that. So you mentioned AGI, the former president of AGI.
Yeah.
Would you say that there is a disconnect between academia and industry?
Yeah, there is, I would say yes, and I also say no, in terms of academia and industry. I think the major problem, in Ghana today is whether or not we know where we are going and we know where we are coming from, and what exactly the status quo is.
Okay.
In terms of industry, in terms of religion, in terms of governance. These are the three major, drivers of today's economy. Religion, industry, and also, governance or government or politics, if you want to call it. So basically, the industry language, which should have been, championing rather, the economy, sometimes is being swallowed, by these two other areas, which is religion and also government.
Okay.
But I believe that, the way things are going, we are hopeful, that the real catalyst of the economic growth, where every country does, which is industry of all kinds, would return back, maybe, after probably this election, looking at next year in a very positive way.
Exactly, we hope so.
In a very positive way.
Yeah. Okay, Doc, you mentioned smart city. What is that about? And can we have that system here?
Okay, smart city is basically when you go to London, US, and whatever it is, you have New York, you have London, you have Reading, or whatever it is. Many years ago, they were all towns, villages like where we are today in Ghana. If you look at Kumasi, for instance, Ashadi region about 49 districts.
Okay.
Both region is about 18, T25, and the central, all of them together, 275 district constituencies in Ghana. So how do you transform the ecosystem of that area to be wherever it is, so that the youth can stay there without coming to Accra? If you like the world, India and others, one of the major, strategy they used many years ago, or to make the city smart, meaning that so that you do not move to Delhi, and overpopulate So what they start doing, like, they start transforming those communities, we call it, into smart areas as to what the youth want.
Okay.
And normally it's led by technology, training, capacity building, creation of jobs in those areas. So, in Africa today, one of the major problems we have is that everybody moves to Accra, or more or less Kumasi, to look for jobs.
Because obviously these are the areas where they find opportunity.
They find opportunity, but the opportunity should not be. You see, when all of our friends or our family say, Muka Buruchi, where do they go? They go to Oklahoma, they go to Reading, they go to all these areas which are comfortable. They don't go to New York or London or Washington, who are at the capital. So Smart City basically is a project that, we are championed just before COVID. And the COVID delayed it, but it's going to be starting from August. Now, so one of the, if you look at Kumasi, for instance, Ashanti region, for instance, Ashanti region is like California, for instance. Now, the governments of the days past have been focusing a lot on gold, diamond, oil and gas, and so on and so as revenue base for the country, which is wrong because, today revenue and wealth creation are with the youth, and all of that mind to technology. One of the things that I spoke before, if you talk about this galamsey thing that we talked about, it's happened in Australia, it happened in California. California was actually a gold rush, they call it, many years ago. So galamsey stuff, The gentleman called, Stanford, who happened to establish an institute, and they brought these boys, what they call it those days, to the institute and start training and developing them, creating jobs and empowering them, changing their mindset. Today, Stanford University, that place which was the garage has become what you call Silicon Valley.
Okay.
Now Silicon Valley today is where all the youth are there. I was there just about 3-4 weeks ago, and I was amazed to see, the rush of the Asians, but the Africans are very skeptical to find there. So what it is that the empowerment of, today's knowledge, the youth want to be in the tech area. They want to be in the technology area, So you create that environment, for them to be there. One of the major issues, for instance, is that by the time a child finishes school, anywhere in India, at least they must also, apart from the degrees, they must also have a tech, savvy certification, Microsoft, whatever it is. So that if you look at TikTok and all those everybody's, these are all be done by the youth, so applications, apps, whatever you call it. So that's where basically the empowerment is. So, and these are not done in New York, done in London. They are all done in very, very communities, or if you call villages, which has been transformed today. Say if you go to India, most of the areas have been transformed, to smart city. If you look at Dubai is a smart city. There was nothing there before. A few years ago, when you go there, it's all about technology. So this is where, the youth, want to be. This is where we must support them to be. And by so doing, we are keeping them, like you talked about data, a few minutes ago. Now, if they are anywhere and data is available, or if it's available and they have devices, don't forget it, they may not be in Accra at all.
Yes.
Because today,
and to add to it, and it's affordable.
Affordable,
yes.
So there's no need coming to Accra. They can be anywhere and whatever they want to do. If you go to, what do you call Agona Swedru area, you see very smart young boys, there.
Agona Swedru.
So if you look at Winneba University, University of Winneba is one of the areas we are focusing on. If you look at University of Winneba to Solpon to Agona Swedru, that area, but they call them Sakawa boys, but I don't. I call them smart boys.
Okay.
So how do you empower them?
Okay.
To take that brand from them. They are smart, so whatever they are doing, they are doing. If you go to Kenya today, you go to Badagry in Kenya, in Nigeria. So the hubs, for knowledge like Nima, they are brains. They have a lot of, but we are not focusing on those. We are focusing on the academic side, of our country, which is really lacking, to empower people. So smart cities, or smart, countries are now empowering, the youth to be smart in whatever area they find. Like Vietnam, for instance, you have to get a master's degree in technology. So last year, if you look at the data, they exported a lot of apps. They developed a lot of apps. Vietnam, a few years ago.
I thought Vietnam, they grow rice.
No, you'll be surprised. The youth, I was in Rwanda about 2 months ago. You will be shocked what is in Rwanda. The Rwanda 30 years ago, that was a genocide.
Yes.
It's totally changing very, very rapidly to a smart, country. So basically, a smart country is really to empower the youth, generally, to do what they want to do. So you support them with knowledge, you support them with technology, and then major companies in the world, if you look, Facebook, they are young, but they are very wealthy.
Yeah.
So wealth creation for the youth in a formal way, in whatever they are, let them stay there, and then government provide for them whatever they need, to be there, which normally, as you said earlier on, cheap data, if you will, or free data, and also devices, so with that they can. So once you begin in the health sector, today it's telemedicine. If people rush to London, from sometimes if a big man in Ghana, so for call, go to London, they have to contact his doctor in Ghana, for telemedicine, so the thing being cured in Ghana, but the person in London. Yeah. So a lot of these issues are something that I think they kind of to move forward, what we used to do, so. I think the government is trying, but if you have free SHS, which is everybody talking about, but we have 1.2 million people there, who are going to employ them? See, so a lot of these issues, we need to start focusing and changing what is there, in terms of, I'm a marketing student. If you want to copy, be original. You don't copy from copy. Okay. So basically, smart is transforming your country, so for people to be much smarter than now. All of a sudden, we reach what we call artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, AI, all these are happening. The world is not waiting for you, whatever it is. So it's also helping industry to grow, chips, so many things are growing, to support the various economies. So basically, that's what it is, that we are looking at. If you look at Kumasi, for example, we are working today with Asante Hene Blessing to transform Ashanti region, to a smart region, like California.
Okay.
Over 6 million people there, 49 districts, very well, the smart people. K universities there, like Stanford. And these are also sponsored and supported by investors. You see, if you look at K University, you look at Winneba, you look at U-House in Ho, the medical, they are areas where if you go and talk to them, to talk to the students, you see what they want to do. And then so they can support them to be able to achieve their own objectives.
So it's not just about building structures somewhere and you call it smart city, but
no.
It is the infrastructure, the technological infrastructure that needs to be put in place for people who have knowledge in it or who have interest in it to take advantage of.
I don't know whether you know the beginning of Netu or Kencity. Many years ago, I'm sure you didn't even know, it was in a bush.
Exactly.
This area was way in the...
People saw here as a very far place.
It was very bush those days, when it came from the U.S. We all came from the U.S., he was doing his thing, it was bush, but today, what it is. So he had a vision, to transform something, a vision. So here and also the petroleum of the sister or something. That's how these began. So when you go to all over the world, this is what you see. If you go to Britain, you go to Milton Keynes, the first smart city. So it's always started not from London, not from New York. It starts from way somewhere, in the community somewhere, like your village, become a smart city. People go there. One of the major problems in Ghana is that people want to, like all these land problems that are going to Ghana. It's not necessary because, it doesn't matter what the land is. If you put the golf course there, they'll come. Yes. If you put, they'll come. The plane will land and they'll go there. So a lot of these issues, I think the mindset, for the youth must be guided very well. Like we were guided during our time, to be able to achieve more laurels, for the country. Because if
and whose duty or responsibility it is to guide them very well?
You see, Ghana, some of us, that's why some of us are very quiet. It's very sad because what we fought for, to the evolution, what we thought Ghana should be today, and what is happening, most people don't understand. If you take President Akufo-Addo, he was part of it. You see Suffer for the son, assassinated. There are problems. It's very, very difficult to understand. It's always government and the people, who be able to lay their part. You see, government for the people, like whatever. I grew up in the U.S. in Chicago those days. It was a problematic city. Okay. Drugs, whatever. Tinubu, the Nigerian president, were all there at that time. But today we came back, and through a little beginning, with pocket calculators, came the same way. Here we are. You see, so those influences are no more being given to the Ghanaian youth. they don't know who to copy, they don't know who to be with.
Yes, sir.
Now, there are only 275 seats in the parliament. You see, there are only few ministers. So if you follow the politics, I want to thank you. If you call me, I will not respond. You see, but anywhere, the US or India, once you get your, device, connected, that's the chip data, you're in business. Other things are happening. So we really need to start gearing the country more to those, where, like employment. I mean, if you go to, Cisco and other who work with, they will employ you from university. Whilst you are there, you start being employed. By the time you finish, they put your plane, you go to somewhere else. Apple and others, that's what they do. So basically, Ghana should be able to get to a point where, our digital process, 24-hour economy, whatever it is, maybe we should merge it 24-hour digital economy, so that we know that 24-hour digital economy. I didn't know. Maybe we should do that.
It's coined by Dr. Kludjeson.
Seriously, so that, because today the gold, the diamond, the galamsey is taking too much time, let us empower the youth, I'm happy you brought me to talk about the youth, otherwise I may not be here.
Yes.
You see, look, youth empowerment is key. I was a youth, when we're fighting all these things, in many years ago, we're championing it. You see, but today, we've grown, so there must be that backup, to continue. You see, when you go around the whole Africa, everybody cherishes Ghana. You see, sometimes you don't know what's going on in Ghana, but I believe that, what is happening now, the two brothers who are standing for election, let's see, how they would harmonize, their position, and then something good will come out of it. Because, Ghana today, when I talk to people, when I say to people, say, Kofi, you still have hope in this country. I say, I have a lot of big hope for the country.
Thank you.
You see, Ghana is very, very positive. If you look at, if you travel around Africa, the whole of Africa, look at what's happening in Kenya. I was in Kenya about 2 months ago. I left, that thing happening. The EAC alone is 568 million, population. ECOWAS is about almost 200-300 million people. But whatever you go, we talk about Ghana. Ghana is a very precious, country. Everybody's proud of Ghana. Is it today? I was reading when I was coming here. Obasanjo, they've appointed Minister of Education to lead the Ghana's Africa's educational process going on. So there's a whole lot about Ghana. But I think our politicians, our friends in politics, or whoever they are, to start focusing back on who we are.
Okay.
They must be more friendlier, who we are.
Okay.
You see, I do not see today, where really the political line is today for now, as far as I'm concerned, because everybody's their friends. But I believe that, the future for the youth is what I champion. Yeah. And I want to be there to make sure that we do whatever we want to do. So from, even only last week, we saw the first network in Kumasi, going to move on to the smart city. We have in the private schools, who are under NACO, there are 3 million kids in that private schools alone. Where your kids go. Yeah. Then you have the government. Okay. Free SHS. So when you look at the whole ecosystem of our industry and all of that, we cannot, if you don't do something, it will be very difficult, to hold the edge, and most of them, and one of the major surprises and happiness I have is that in Parliament, they're all young people. Yeah. To first in they are like brothers, and they talk all about the talk, but when they leave, they go eat wachi or go somewhere.
Business as usual.
Business as usual. So I think that our mindset should go back to what it used to be, and we'll continue preaching and let them know. But I believe that we'll be launching very soon, and I think so everybody, one of the major franchises we are going to start is that by the time every child finishes school, whether it is, a basic or university, they must have certification either in Microsoft or Google, or whatever, in addition to their degree or certification, which is ready for the job market. Okay. So we're going to go online, partner with the university. I mean, we are talking to the University of Winnipeg right now. KNUST, University of Ghana. See, one of the major problems we don't know is that there's a lot of funds available in the world, for programs such as this. Okay. You see, but we always go to the IMF, the World Bank, whatever. If you go to Legon, you see, if you look at Legon, you look at Medina, you look at this area, Legon flew all the way here. You know why? All the students are in hostels all over these areas. Yeah. So it's a huge mass area. Adenta the other day. So when you look at Adenta, Medina, Abokobi, Square. You have so many schools here, Wisconsin University and all of them. So how do you transform these areas to be a smart area? You know, there are Wi-Fi here, like you are saying, there are cheap data, they have devices, they can learn. You know, one of the major things we are working on is the church. You see, Ghana has beautiful churches, 70% youth. Most of them are from Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
But in India, in all those areas, the church gives way to the youth, you know, to put Wi-Fi there, and then, you know, smart devices, so that Stanford and all the universities teach it through those areas. You know, so so they are developing, you know, themselves, you know, through those, you know, temples or the church. So those issues, you know, we're also working on to be able to change the dynamic that, you know, the University of Ghana cannot admit people. So if you cannot admit many people, where would they go? There might be other ways online. They call it distance learning. There is very, very effective distance learning going on in Ghana today. You know, if you look at Winneba, you know, there are 49 centers nationwide. You know, University of Cape Coast.
They have how many?
49 centers where they are teaching. You know, University of Cape Coast, KNSC, all of them have what they call distance learning. Which workers like you know, go. But I think that the youth development must be the most priority for the next government. You know, to focus on what else you can do. Not only building, because, you know, there's no money, but all they need is a laptop, cheap data, leave them alone. You know, and then they'll create all their own thing, and then, you know, become somebody, like I became somebody, you know, like I became somebody. So we need to have those benchmarks, you know, to be able to resolve some of these issues.
Doc, it's a bit surprising. You see, when you were talking, you kept saying we want to do. Who are the we? Yes, I want to know.
Okay, the we is, I'm talking about the we, because the we means that whatever we want to do, we are in consultation with many people. My company, you know, is Cetel Limited. And Kludjeson International, you know, Cetel Kludjeson International. Through that, we have a lot of major companies, you know, like Cisco and others who are partnering with the Apple, you know, to transform what we call a Tablet Academy. You know, we have a major thing we are launching called Tablet Academy. Tablet Academy is a major institute, you know, of academic training, you know, that has almost all the major companies behind it, you know, Microsoft and all of them who are behind it, you know, so, you know, who are just in the rights, we are the rights for Africa right now. So we're training a lot of people. You know, empowering like you know, the people, your children. So last week, many young people, students are coming to our office. You see, there are, if you look at the numbers, it's scary. You know, scary. I mean, Legon has almost 100,000 students. Most of them don't even have laptops. You see, KNSC is a major university like MIT, you know, but they always have issues. You see, so, but if you look at the Foricrom, you look at the Jisu, you look at Konongo, that enclave alone is where all the professors there. So one of the priority, how do you develop that? By putting just simple Wi-Fi, as you're saying, so that it's lower price, cheap, and they're connected. And it must be device. You know, the US and all that, they don't set the device. Today we went around, I got to see numbers in Accra Mall for iPhones and iPads, 23,000 cities. You know, and it's so scary. You see, what in the US with $50, you have the iPad, you know, all of them free. And
even sometimes you don't even need to pay all the.
No, that's what I'm saying. For 3 years, 24 months. So we're trying to reintroduce those things, you know, which we are announcing very, very soon. We engage a lot of banks, and they are very interested to do that. So we engage a lot of banks. How do you provide? You see, when you provide here, you provide what we call a smart network. Adenta is only about 35 miles, you know, square. See, so when you throw cloud there, you know, everybody can receive it anywhere with devices, but the device must be cloud enabled or eSIM enabled. So a lot of these issues, now you see, what you showed for the MTN and all this, they are under a lot of pressure, you know, because what is SM, whatever they're talking about. You see, look, they now they have to use Momo, you know, which is about I don't know, 40% of their revenue. I don't know the number. And then you have the 2G, 3G. Then you have the data. It's not an easy thing to run. And then you have the, you know, the other Airtel or whatever. I think. So, you know, it's not easy. And then there are various taxis, whatever that is there. So, but I believe that they're trying very hard, you know, to be able to make sure that most of this is moderated, you know. But I think that, you know, what we'll be doing to be able to do what we call focus a lot of on education, make sure that every community has Wi-Fi, and let's see what we can do.
But Doc, you see, but these telcos, when they post their profits at the end of the year, you see that they make huge profits. There are certain interventions that they can also help in terms of, for instance, cheaper product for our academic institutions, our churches, as you mentioned. They can do that without collapsing their businesses, can't they?
You see, when you look at it that way, yes, you are right, but there is more to it than that. You see, Ghana Fiber, for instance, fiber is only in Accra, Kumasi, and Tema.
Oh.
That's it. You can see all these history fibers here, there. But it's a lot of high expenditure, in building the old telco than the new one. If you look at Starlink and all of them, they're going cloud. So you can be here and pick it up. But the old system of technology who they have, it's not easy, to build one site, maybe about $1 million. In my village there are 5 sites, so each of them half a million. And now another problem is that we don't know how to collaborate, on those sites. You see, so and then the government policy, the taxes are so high, and when you look at them, about 22, this, that, when you collect things, they're very high on the devices. So that's why here they don't do devices. But all the companies in the world, when you go in, if you want to buy phone itself, it's more expensive. But want to subscribe, for 36 months with the data, the phone is almost free. The device is almost free. And then so many millions of people, are on it. So I believe that those are some of the things, another major problem in Ghana, I must tell you, the biggest problem in Ghana, which government has to deal with, is equity. Equity.
Please, what do you mean by that?
You see, most of all these creative body, all of them, we say collab, because you see, when you own a company, the Ghanaian citizen or the Ghana government must have a sovereign equity. Equity means companies between shareholders between 1 and 100. You see, but Ghana does not have any. Nobody has like what's happening in the lithium and others. You see, they come and take our sovereign guarantees, sovereign bond from the parliament, from president. Then they go and raise money on it. They don't bring money here. But we as Ghanaians, we are not entitled to it. So when you raise a company up to a certain point and reach a certain crescendo, our shares have no power value by law.
Okay.
You see, so how are you going to get all the children and all of them to establish business like they do, in America or whatever it is? Then they call them startups. Somebody come and give them some money and whatever it is. But we need, see, in South Africa, for instance, they changed those laws, to 30%. They create what they call black empowerment laws. Now, in Malaysia and in Singapore and all of them, they have those laws. In Anida, they have 33%. In Ghana, it's 0.
Wow.
You see, and our friends in Parliament, everybody will shout, this project is good, this project is good. But what does Ghana get? Ghana does not own anything in the gold mines. All this shout we are making, we don't have any equity in the gold mines. You see, the little lithium, we talked about it, they want to get parliamentary approval. The young men are there, they are pushing for it. This lady who spoke, the Queen Mother Washington, is their land,
yes.
But they have nothing.
Okay.
See, so first of all, the law must change to Ghana must have at least 30-35% equity as a sovereign equity. Without all that we are doing, we found this, the young people, look, when you travel, you see many Ghanaian young all over the place. They are big areas, they would like to come home, but then they ask you all these things. So some of us have to encourage them using our experiences, to encourage them.
Okay.
See, so all Ghana needs for the now government, I want to appeal, is that we should go and have a sovereign equity. Even the government is not finished yet.
Yeah.
I would say Agyapong marking and all that to force all those who are there for this lithium, they should try and make sure that even if it's 10% equity guaranteed, for the people, of Central Region, it's a good beginning. You see, but you cannot say, now first of all, Ghana government has given the $5 million to the minerals, whatever fund already. And then they went to Ghana Stock Exchange, they raised money already, then they started again, and the parliament must approve. I don't think that when I was a year president, we pushed this until we got what you call local content law. So they called me and they said, Mr. Equity. So I've been in business, I've done so many things. So I think as about those, they was the biggest, And then they said, then we were here when they came and said that in Booz and Allen, everybody should sell out to foreign companies. it depends. So basically, if you look at this Kencity Media today, would have been major if that sovereign equity is there. So one of the major issues which you want to say that let's encourage the young people, let's retrain them, change their mindset. Workers can take advantage of it so that we stand in a partner for new directions. So with that, Ghana will start seeing shining, companies, young people do little things. People today, this day when because of COVID, many people working from home now all over the world. And they're getting wealthy, so not only politics, politics is good for those who want to do it, but those young people who are many, they should stay in Ghana and not run away to Canada or whatever it is.
Okay, that's very insightful, Doc. I'll go for a short commercial break and come back. I want us to veer into the local content, issue. It's very important. Adeshima yene Dr. Prince Kofi Kludjeson ene edi nkomo ene enumre mse wabie ya adwene mu pa mo follow no wabie ya adwene mu pa efa ekwanya ebetumi use technology digitalization de aboye bra se ankrankre anase woman na ne kasa mu no obo bibi o se 24-hour digital economy me de pa mpese ye bisa no nsem wo na afi so oka bibi se the two brothers from the north contesting for elections maybe some say how do they become two brothers back who NDC back who MPP and the ban saying that omobeye brothers but doc before we went for the break you were on the local content issues. How has it, and like you made us understand, it emanated from your time as the president for AGI. How has it benefited, Ghanaians in general?
You see,
and in the absence of that, what would have happened?
You see, it's very sad. I must be honest that I'm very, very sad about that issue, and government is going. We thought that by now they would have taken it up, You see, local content is not the issue. You see, the local content is not the issue.
Okay.
The reason why they replaced what we proposed at the AGI, to government in parliament, which appeared there, and it was changed to what the local content. What they said was that Ghanaians abroad, so Talo and others can hire, Ghanaian citizens abroad. They come here to they create the content.
Okay.
No, it's equity. It's shares.
Shares.
You see, if you look at all these snake hotel matters that are going on, it's all about shares. You see, now shares is from 1 to 100. Okay. So therefore, you see, let me do Cyril Ramaphosa, when he was secretary, of the ANC, he pulled out, and then they went to Singapore and learned. Malaysia had 35% content. Okay. Now, which means that anything that happens in Malaysia, the Malaysian must own 35%.
Anything.
It's
a law.
It's a law.
Wow.
Singapore, in Denmark, when we're done it, AGA, we've done it, in 30%. 30% for the government, 30% for the company, 30% for the Danish partner.
Oh.
The US is 85%. If you want to get, US money, say XM, it's 85%. If you want to get the CDC, it's 25%.
85% for who?
For the US government.
Wow, when the private
company is coming to invest. Yeah, if you want their money, then they must own 85%. US is 15%. In Malaysia, it's 35%. So in South Africa, they created what they call the black empowerment. But when they were creating a black empowerment, there was a lot of problems because there were Indians and others there. But they insisted that it must be black, money, black empowerment. So they used those, as a vehicle, to do the, MTN holding. They own MTN, all those things, all the gold, they own it through the black empowerment. So one of the things that our financial people like Canoforiat and other data bank, whatever it is, one way or the other, it seems they don't believe in that. You see, that's a major crash of all this economy. You see, they like to own shares in this, collapse that, but it's not going to take you anywhere. GNPC, I don't know, they don't own any shares in all the gold mine and the oil, maybe 11% or something. You see, it's not good. Let me say, in plain words. I've been saying it all my life. You see, look, we need to be able to know. Look, I grew up in Ghana from my champion that today, all this so-called money and all that, it doesn't end anywhere. You see, let us build our country. Look, all these loans, I was in the US recently, total debt for Ghana is about $40 billion. Now, if you convert them and give all this, youth, maybe iPhone, whatever, data, cheap data, it goes away because there are a lot of revenue that comes to TikTok and all of that are created. Now, if you look at the US right now, the US government is not against TikTok. They want it to be owned by the US.
Exactly.
Because it's growing. Yes. The money goes to...
Somebody is making money out
China.
of
No, not somebody, the China government. So they are fighting it, but the boy to say, no, we won't allow you, because they create a market.
Yes.
You see, we need to be bold, Look, when you go to Rwanda, you'll be shocked what the Senate is doing in Rwanda. Let me say it here. Senate in Rwanda, they're using a Senate model just like Henry Day another did many years ago, transforming Rwanda to Vision City.
Vision City.
I was so ashamed when I saw in Rwanda. 30 years ago, General and others fought, Ghanaian, remained there and got independence, whatever it is, for Rwanda. Today, you go there, you'll be surprised. Using, state money to create a big Vision City. I was giving it around the whole place. You see, we need to be able to stop what they call the politics. I don't see the politics today from where I sit. Because you see, look, the NDC and the NPP was created 30 years ago. We created it. You see, we created it to ensure that military government goes away.
Okay.
Everybody who are, I don't want to mention it, but everyone who's in system now, both NDC and NPP, they know what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
You see, so I don't see where the Dankwa, Dombo, no, I didn't know, I don't know Dombo. You see, but I know John Mahama's father, I know Akufo-Addo's father, I know Bamia's father. You see, they're all friends. You see, so in our Ghanaian parlance, if when you see, the president, Vice President John Mahama, and Vice President, what do you call it, Bamia go to the north, the chiefs always tell them you are brothers. I don't know whether you hear those. Yeah, they always caution that you are brothers. In our Ghanaian parlance, we say they are cousins. You see, but as the year goes around, so this election is about the clash of the titans. You see, whoever wins, then the past is dealt with. You see, the president, is going away. He was part and parcel of that system. He and the past president Johan, they were in parliament for 12 years. They hesitated with, including General Mosquito. So sometimes I want to look at this politics from inside, and those of us who know the history, let us please come together, you see, and rebuild Ghana. For the future. You see what's happening in the U.S. right now? Biden and all of a sudden Harris. And all of everything changed.
Yes.
You see, so this is what is politics. It's the country first, the people, and let's make Ghana a better place. Sometimes when I go to the U.S., my friends say, hey, Kofi, it's good you came to Ghana first. So I took the risk and I came. I went to all kinds of hell in Ghana, all kinds of problems. But here I am. I don't worry about yesterday because I chose to do so. You see, so therefore, all these issues about Ghana is not going to go anywhere. Ghana is more richer. Look, when I was in U.S. Exim, there are more money, in U.S. technological companies. Don't need 3.5 million, it's too small. You understand? So, we need the parliamentarians, the young guys there, the Penyon Makin, the Fiaman, they should get together. How do we build Ghana and become who we are and create value for themselves? You see, I was dating something in Legon about a few months ago, and I asked that they should name me 3 Ghanaian millionaires recorded by Bloomberg. Zero. Well, if I said it, they don't exist. We have 10 houses, I have 20 houses, we have all these things, but we don't have value. Yeah. You see, our children are great. When you talk to university students, I was in Ho University, UHAS, and I wanted to speak to them. And so there was a student who wanted to be a doctor. She had a baby at her back. I didn't even know they admit children with the baby, so maybe that day they have there. And then she stood up and said, Dr. Kludjeson, we know you, we Googled you, all we want is that we want laptop and we want i7. I said, hey, can we afford
i7?
And I said, yes. You go to University of Winnipeg, anytime I go to speak, to schools, the vice chancellor, they complain on money. I say, you're complaining on money, invite some few students to the meeting. Look, my brother, anytime they bring the student to the meeting, the ladies are holding iPhones. Yes. In all the universities.
Very expensive phone.
They are holding it. You see, they cannot pay school fees, but they are holding iPhones.
Maybe somebody, some people, big men,
whoever, they are having data, whatever, but they cannot pay school fees. So, you see, the psyche of Ghanaian, children, we need to know what it is.
Exactly.
You see, and give them whatever they want, provide the system for them, let them go. Those who want to do galactic go, let them do. Those who want to have hard, let them do. But those who want to use their brains to develop, like you guys are doing here, I think let us do those things. You see, my heart always for the youth. That's what I've done all my life, and all about the world is the youth. You see, so therefore, anywhere you go, it's all about the youth. And I think that it's not only about farming, let the youth develop themselves. Let them stay in their communities. Let the district, look, in the U.S., the mayors has more power, but get the DC, they're just there. You see, the president said, I'll give $1 million to every district. One of the major policies, do you know how much I've been doing? Almost about $3 billion by now, in terms of that money. But that as an equity, you could have gotten another $12 billion. You see, so a lot of these issues, we need to really look at it. You see, and don't worry too much about all these things that are going on.
So, Doc, sorry to cut you. Is it that difficult for the politicians, I mean the legislature, to come to self-realization that, look, enough of the politics, let us, come together, just as you are saying? Is it difficult? If it is, who are going to be the ones to pressurize them to do what is needful? For instance, the 30% you were talking about in Malaysia and other countries, what prevents us, or would our minerals not be, not be put into good use if we don't go that far?
You see, the problem in Ghana is everybody talks, somebody said economy, somebody is there, somebody is there. Look, the world is managed by those who are not educated.
The world is managed by
those who are not educated.
Uneducated.
Those who are not educated. You see, the business people who run the world, who control the world, most of them, they don't even have high school diplomas. But they are blessed by God. God, in his own world, blesses people. You see, so they chose you. The business, how many Facebook are there? One. How many Bill Gates are there? One. How many Elon Musk is on South Africa? Now he's the richest person in the world. He doesn't even do that. Danko say, I don't know I have money until I went and wrote the check.
And withdrew money before he saw that.
So God has blessed Danko. Now the fight is going on. Today, yesterday, and now. If you want to take the company, take it. I have no problem. It's in Nigeria already. You see, so people are, the money people think they are fighting for, the money is in the bank. You don't even see it.
Yes.
Ghana, we eat fufu. So those issues, like you see another problem in Ghana, the succession in Ghana is not happening. Our children, they want to do whatever they want to do. So there must be that realization for those who are in parliament, our sons, our children, our brothers, and they should, for the first 4 months, whatever is there, they should try and change it and create some equity. Even if it's 10% to begin with, we are beginning. So the Ghanaian can have 10% equity, but what will happen is that companies, they will complete, but they will come to terms. You see, and everywhere in the world is all about that. If we don't have the sovereign equity, for Ghana, our children, they are broken, they will stay there forever, they will not come back. Now, but if you go to my world, the biggest company in the world, a telecom company, I was a Verizon, I was AT&T, I was Cisco, I was an Apple, and everybody you see there, they are Asians.
Asians?
Yeah.
Just as you mentioned that when you go to Silicon Valley, the Asians are there, but you hardly see the blacks.
You see, all the shops in Ghana, all the IPMC and all of them. You see, so apart from Franco, you see, so we need to bring equity into Ghana's system. Even if it's 5%, to say that let's begin that all Ghanaians, so the law allows us to own 5%.
Okay.
You see, who said that Kencity, whatever it is, cannot invite a BBC or whatever to join you, to do this. So I think the major problem in Ghana right now is that we need to have equity laws for the youth, so that they can be able to own whatever they own. You see, they can be able to try and know that in my country, this is my sovereign equity, this, my that. All that is happening. Look, if you talk about Africa Continental Trade, which we're conversing about,
yes,
Ghana is the headquarters of African Continental Trade. Ghana, you see, now the trade, if you go to trade fair, where the trade is happening, it's locked.
Yes.
You see, they said they are building out the Agyapong. We fought, we gave up. They said
you fought what?
What they wanted to do, they took the president to somewhere, there's $1 billion, so and so and so. Till today, it's sitting down there.
So what did you want to do?
Trade fair.
AGI.
Okay, trade fair is a gateway for trade. Where we go to all these conferences and exhibitions, it's all about exhibition. It's what the country has to offer. That's what it was built for.
Okay.
You see, so all that they're talking about, I told them at that meeting, one of the problems with Salanchina Martin problem is when we met there, he was not happy about it. You see, so whatever happens. But today, the trade fair, we don't have a freebie to do exhibition.
So he wanted the trade fair to be
what it was, and then build, whatever we want to build. You see, and it's like I say, it's all about equity. You see, if a convention center, whatever, want to come to Ghana, it's about 30% or 40%. They build, but whoever owns the trade fair, nobody, they say the Ghana Trade for Authority. Ghana Trade for Authority owns trade fair land. And, then the Labadi people are fighting for it. Give them 5%.
Okay.
Let the new whatever become the chairman of the board.
People, yes.
Become chairman of the board.
It doesn't spoil anything.
Nothing. There are a lot of ways to do these things. You know, all the trade fair, you know, all the issues about, Senate, hotel. I mean, if you have a hotel, bring Sheraton to come and manage it. You see, when you go to my younger brother's hotel in, Abetifi, it's bigger than anywhere, 2,000 rooms.
You mean Rock City?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Agyapong.
Yeah, so what do you need this for? You know, make sure that moves on. Put it on the Ghana Stock Exchange, then you move on. you see, now if you're not going to all this fight, and you go to, you do the audit, nobody want to talk because it doesn't matter. You see, so bring in a management company. You know, look, in the U.S., hotels about $140, Sheraton and Hyatt. Here it's about $300-500.
Wow.
You see, so a lot of these issues, let us look at the micro issues. Look at the micro. Let's forgive and forget. You know, some of these matters are not necessary. You know, we are brothers, we are friends. You go to court, this case, that case. You know, and then somebody take $2 million. The government spent about $10 million to prosecute. You see, a lot of these issues we used to talk about, you know, many years ago. You see, I don't see it. You know, you see, our country, our culture. When you call me today, you say, well, okay, fine. I was traveling, so you calling. I said, okay, I'll come.
Yes.
Once it's IT, for the youth, I'll come around these areas.
Yes.
You see, so there are many people. You see, the president is a great person. You know, that's why he was voted.
Yeah.
So people ask the question is, what is wrong? What are the issues?
Yes.
You see, but I don't think that it is late. Like what is happening in the U.S. now. Within 24 hours, Biden, look, they started raising money. Yesterday, you know, Kamari fought $50 million. Everybody is now raising money again. Because, see, when the time comes, the state decide, the people decide. All this election, it will come to pass.
Yes.
You know,
January
7, there'll be a president that will sow a wall, you know, follow whatever. Yeah. But I think that the youth, you know, they're no more youth. They're very smart and sharp and intelligent.
Okay.
You know, so let us do policies, laws that will allow them to be able to go. Technology is about the easier because it's mindset. You know, it's all in the mind, it's all in the heart. You know, you don't have to go and do. Those who want to trade, you can trade. But I believe that this subject is a very great subject until the youth. You know, I mean, when Ashesi came to Ghana, I was the AGI president.
Ashesi,
they have two rooms.
Yeah.
In Labone, I used to teach those days. Today, look at what she has done. Yeah. One man.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
You see?
Mentioning Ewa made a very statement on the free SHS double track system, and he was talking to people at that level, and they applauded him. But many people have also said that the double track didn't really help. I want us to listen to Ewa just for a second and listen to what he said.
Okay.
Production, if Professor Ewa's video is ready, kindly let's listen to him and come back to the studio.
I don't know whose idea it was of having two tracks to have, you know, kids in school for 6 months and out of school for 6 months. It's a very clever idea. And let me explain why I think it's a clever idea. Before this shift, kids were in school for 7 months and out of school for 5 months. So 5 months, infrastructure was sitting idle every year. 5 months. What they've done is the 7 months of work that has been now squeezed into 6 months has also been done with more contact hours per day, so that even though the kids are in school for only 6 months out of the year instead of 7 months out of the year, they actually have more contact hours today than they did before. Now, let me add that, by the way, I don't think that this has been communicated well enough to the citizens of Ghana. People don't understand why this had to happen, and they don't understand that there's work happening in terms of contact hours so that kids will get the education that they need. The reason I think it's a clever idea is because it sweats our assets. We don't have a lot of money. We don't. And yet we have this challenge of educating everyone in an environment where population growth guarantees, unless we change the rate, that the population will double in 30 years. How else are we going to catch up? I mean, it would take 20 years to build enough schools for the current population, let alone what is coming. And so this idea has the potential not only of helping Ghana really solve the problem of access, but if we do it right, it could become a I don't know whose idea it was.
Doc, you heard Professor Wa on the double track, his reasons. Do you agree with him?
Yes. You see, what is double track?
Yeah.
As he explained, you see, he's an American trained.
Oh, okay.
You see, the double...
Professor Wa is American trained. He's a trained...
He was trained in the US. He was working for Microsoft. You see, the double track is because there's no space, there's no money, like he's explaining. You understand? Mm-hmm. So, okay, you stay home small. Let's all just go to school. Brilliant idea. Okay. You see, now, but then now the vice president say digital economy. His brother say 24 hours. Okay. So it's going to solve that problem.
Okay.
One way or the other.
The 24-hour digital.
Yes, it's going to solve that problem. You see, if you harmonize it.
Yeah.
Because people have to go to school. Mm-hmm. You see, so in the absence of people traveling from Harvard to Winnipeg University, they stay at home and then you use the computer, whatever, to go to school. Yeah. Look, basic schools, have many kids in America. They have 2-3 tablets already with Wi-Fi. One for this, one for this, one for that. So what he's talking about, he's right. You understand? But he's very careful to select his words.
Exactly. Yeah, he was very careful.
Very careful. Yeah. You see, so he said, I don't know whoever idea. How can you be education? Say, I don't know who idea is. But it's so people are all too careful. You understand? You see, so whoever it is, I don't know what they're still doing now. You see, just explain it.
Now most of the schools are faced.
Don't put in the context of politics. Yeah. You see, I established a school in Harvard many years ago. Okay. I had an opportunity because I didn't go to school. I didn't go to secondary school.
You didn't go to school?
No, my father died when I was 11 years old. The day I was going to high school, that's the way he died. So I didn't go to, I didn't go to secondary school.
Secondary school?
I was secondary classmate.
You?
Yes, but here I am today. So I fought very hard to get a school established in my village, So when the opportunity came, I moved in, all the old buildings in the village, I came to Ghana. But when I got it done, and they wrote to, voter region, they said there's no school. Kofi was lying. And that there was no school there, there's no school. But today, Harvard International School has almost 3,000 kids.
The school
The school that we did, which is now government school, is not taken over. It's now about 3,000 kids in that small village. You understand? So you see, education, when you go there, what they do, the TV, one of the ministers, Agyapong is a great minister. His background or whatever. Yeah. Oh yeah, You see, but he's stressed. You see, I think that the issue about all these things, that let us make sure that it's not also about this, about fancy building. Even if there's a thatch roof, in the village, it does not matter. Let's create the environment. Let's do some Wi-Fi there and let them learn. Okay. You see, so it's not all those that we talked about. Look, when you travel around Ghana, talking to students, talking to schools, you realize they're difficult, but they cannot do. The Vice Chancellor, look, the VC of Legon, when she was sworn in, what she said was, she knows that by the end of her term, all the students will have laptops, so that they can learn. Okay. She tried. You see, so government should focus on the issues, and now, thank God, they are giving tablets to the kids. I don't know, but how long is it going to take to get 1.2 million to give by one company, by one person? Yeah. So some of these issues, it's not about the tablet now, it's about the data, as you said, it's about connectivity, it's about all those issues. But I believe that we'll get there. I don't think that it's a lost hope. We'll get there. Once you continue talking, once, kind of talk about all these issues before. But the parliamentarians is my worry. Yeah. All those young gentlemen, both the majority and the they should harmonize, you see, and get things done. It's about laws. Our law says that Ghana now, if you want to invest in Ghana, the Ghana will have 30%. What would you do?
So my point is that is that difficult?
No,
Doc.
I don't see it.
So if it's not difficult, because I also don't see it as difficult, does it mean it's abroad? You know, I just don't understand.
You see,
that this is our property.
Let me tell you. You see, look, all the time the politicians have this, they have that. Look, I've seen a lot of politicians in my life. You know, see a lot of them in my life. Now, can you mention to me politicians in Yamahama, Mills, and so and so and so and so and so and so, Akufo, so and so and so? You know, they come and pass. You see,
for what?
The business community in anywhere in the world, they always grow. When they make money, everybody benefits.
Yeah.
It's all equity. The law says that this guy must have 30%. So he puts, you know, so, and then, you know, they go, like even Malaysia, you know, the party gives you money.
Political party?
Yeah, they'll give you money. If you go, you know, they'll take it away from you.
Okay.
You see, so parties are supposed to support, you know, their members. You see, not positions.
Yes.
You see, you know, you create the enabling environment. You know, in America, there's only Democrats and Republicans. So in the U, you see what happens in the UK recently. The prime minister within 24 hours, he was out of office, and he went back to his village.
Yes.
You see, there was a picture yesterday. He went to buy something in the store. They took picture of him. You see, so it's not about relevance. It's not about I'm a big man.
Yeah, it's a big man.
No, I don't
it's
think
a
so.
minister, it's MC.
No, I don't think so. Ghana, we need to relook at.
Meanwhile, you are doing nothing.
Yeah, you see what happened to, you know, Prepe Kubasi.
Yes.
Even if you don't come in Gruma, whatever happens, a little thing, hey.
He says so many things, but that little thing. Yeah, that is what we want to.
You know, because when we were in school, as primary school, who were the young pioneers? Kwame Nkrumah, Showboy, I want to see you. We don't even know him.
Okay.
So policies that they do, there's a commissioner, their power, their Mercedes, the flag is flying. Look at my father was a chief. You know, see, so all this, every village have it. As at the Hene 24 years ago, where was he?
Yes.
You know, but he built a system, you know, which is really helping him, you know, to manage that, you know, empire.
Okay.
You know.
So, Doc, let's veer into the African trade. I think that the youth in Africa will also benefit from it. Africa has a market size of about 1.4 billion, which is very huge.
Trillion.
I mean, the size, the population.
I know.
Yeah. And like you said, we have the AFTA headquarters here in Africa. What do you think we can do as a country? How can we use? How can we take advantage of this Ghana being the head office or headquarters of the AFTA to benefit the people, especially the youth?
First, we need to be happy and realize that it's in Ghana, but we are not. We are not even respecting it.
We are not respecting it? You think we are not attaching importance?
No, you don't see programs, you know, about AFTA, but other countries, you know, are doing it. Okay. You see, so we need to first appreciate what it means.
Okay.
AFTA is big. When you look at the documents and whatever it is, by Ghana, if I'm president of Ghana, I will be building a lot of factories to be exporting. You know, if I'm president of Ghana or whatever.
The government has built one district, one factory, and the last time I checked, they said they have about 100 and something, which is an improvement.
Well, if they build, then Ghana should reach. You know, if the products are, you know, you see, you know, all these things are big, very good policies. Okay. You know, one is go back to my smart city that I'm talking to you about, because in everywhere in the world, under the smart city program, there's an industry there. You know, in the community. Okay. You know, it's the community. I don't know where you come from, but there are community that you see. You know, when you come to after, I'll show you some data about when you connect only 5,000. Our new program we were designed. If you connect only 5,000 individuals, people in every district, times 275, it's Ghana transformed. Yes, it's huge. You see. Just connect under the smart city, what is in Kumasi, what is KJT, and what is there, what is that. Only 5,000, not 100,000. So when you connect them, even, I don't know, $10, $20, whatever it is, then in the beginning, we call it now a Walmart strategy, you know, because Walmart built from the village to the city. So in Harvard and all of those things, those are some of the courses, programs from, so other smart program, it's from the village to the city, the urban. Is it? When I was a year president, when I went to India, we met at China, and I asked the president, what is the reason behind India's success in technology? I don't see it. So they laughed. I said, well, the problem is not that. They were trying to solve a migration problem so that the villagers should not come to the city. So they sent consultants round, and they realized that the children want to do IT.
Okay. So
Infosys, Mukesh Ambani and others, whom we established in 1990, others, decided to go into it. So government gave them money, and they started them. In the U.S. also, when Clinton was president, when they arrived, the economy was collapsed. Al Gore was a professor from Columbia. So he tasked him, what do we do, to be able to regenerate? So Detroit was the only area. So Professor, Al Gore came and brought a policy, that says that they'll give $100,000 to each child who has a plan or whatever in technology.
$100,000.
$100,000. Bill Gates was in Harvard. He dropped out. All these Facebook guys, they all dropped out from Harvard. They took the money. Here they are today.
Wow.
You see, so it's all policies. You see, policies of government, policies, not major politics. We have NIPS and all of them. So what happened to those? NAPCO?
Yes.
They're excellent idea. So what is it that didn't work?
Yes.
You see, a lot of these things can go on in Singapore and India. So in India today, they set up a satellite. So even those who are sewing, they put them under the shed. And all the products they do go to Marks and Spencer.
So, Doc, you mentioned the NEIP and all those small. The YEA provided some business and business support to some young people. I want us to watch it. It's just 1 minute. Production, let's watch the YEA business support program.
The Business and Employment Support Program emerges as a beacon of hope, fostering growth and opportunities for aspiring stakeholders.
Alexander Kingsford-Dazi is my name. I am the board chairman for Yales Group of Companies. I think, as a matter of fact, the COVID has really run down our businesses, especially those of us in hospitality and in finance. It has really run down our companies. I see this very program to be one of the best intervention to get us back on roots, to get us back on business, to have our businesses expanded.
The program has been designed to help businesses, particularly micro, small, and medium enterprises, to recover from the shocks of the pandemic by providing up to 500 Ghana cedis salary support per one employee in a month.
It's even long in coming because it's one of the things that would help us augment our employment issues and also handle some of the challenges we have.
I would say that this initiative from YEA is something that is actually going to help MSMEs like my organization.
And I think I endorse this opportunity because it's really a good initiative for we, the youth, who are already giving up.
Yes, it may not have only happened in Ghana. Yes, I know India has the same similar. I know Mexico have the same thing. South Africa has the same thing. But this is the time for Ghana. And I want to say that to every young person doing business in Ghana, this YEA program is for you. All you need to do is that you hire and YEA pays for you.
By the end of the program, we hope to have impacted 10,000 businesses and created 20,000 more jobs across the country. So if you are a business or a job seeker, kindly visit the YEA website on www.yea.gov.gh or visit a YEA office close to you. Business and Employment Assistance Program, we say, just employ for growth. The agenda for jobs is on. Let's help build a great Ghana together.
There's another initiative called the Presidential Pitch. And I think some time ago, President Akufo-Addo made some statement about the 4th edition of the Presidential Pitch. Let's watch that and come back.
2017. We have held 3 editions of the Presidential Pitch. with 30 young entrepreneurs having been awarded cash prizes to help set up and scale up their enterprises. I want to single out the Chief Executive Officer of Pizza Man Chicken Man, Christian Akufo-Addo, the 10th place winner from season 2 for special mention. He started his pizza business on the campus of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology in Kumasi. He received 25,000 CDs, which he used to scale up his business. It eventually led to the opening of the first Pizza Man Chicken Man branch, KNUST campus, on 17th January 2020, some 6 months after the competition. Today, Pizza Man and Chicken Man has become a household name and a favorite bite for many.
YEA interview. Is this the best way to go?
You see, business, I told you earlier on, is blessing. You see, in the US, there are what we call small business administration. It's a statutory body that is there. Now, you see, if you look at there's a company called Pinkberry, Pinkberry. I met him in Harvard when I went and lecture in Harvard. It's a young Ghanaian whom we encourage to come back home. Many of them we encourage. This business.
So the Pinkberry owner is a Ghanaian.
It's a Ghanaian.
Okay.
It's a young man who was a student those days. So he came and consulted. So we guided him when he came back to Ghana. So whenever I go and I say I'm so happy. You see, look, that pizza thing that they talk about, it's a big thing that can be transformed into a franchise. Big. You see, not only what we want to do, what is the outcome today? There might be an audit, to find out that this program is the achievement. Let the youth, those who are there, come now to tell their story. This is what I've done, this or that. See, so if you don't do this, you see, and this must be under the office of AGI, Chamber of Commerce, look, Buta. We created Buta when I was AGI president.
Oh.
Yeah, Buta, there was a big problem. They came from Germany. They don't know, there were a lot of problems, during when Kofi was coming, and then they lock up all the shop. So I want to mediate,
Okay.
Prince, so he's now on the Council of State.
Yes.
There was a big meeting at the Rakata. When I got there, I got scared. They were shouting, they won't give up. So I said, I want people to pray for us. Then everybody said, I buy a pastor eventually. So you see, today, Buta, they have about 7 million
membership.
You see, Alan Martin came to AGI the other day, and we're talking about all the, TGTP, whatever it is.
The great transformation.
Whatever. And I said, my brother, what you are doing, I don't understand. He said, why? I said, what is your name? Then he said, Kofi, but you know my name. I said, I don't know your name. Then he said, Kofi, you know my name? He said, my name. I said, no, that is not your name. Your name is Alan Cash. You see, because you started from Empretech, empowering people, Enterprise Africa, before you became a minister, and we all, you joined the political battle. But let people know who you are. You're a great person, so and so. So everybody, Dr. Kludjeson said, yes, I benefited from me, and then the news came boom.
Yeah.
You see, there are many of like Awa. When Awa came from the US, was a young man brought an idea, a small estate house in Laboni.
Yes, and now Ashesi is a big success. Yes.
You see, there are funds coming from the US. I'm even going to, there's a fund even in my name we are working on to sponsor, give scholarship. You see, it's all concepts and ideas.
Good.
You see, so we need to, the readiness of this government, you see, now they're all young, all the governments. You see, all this no curfew business, it's not going to do anything. You see, Kofi, who was our mentor, he said,
exactly.
You see, so we need to look at Ghana. We look at it that the youth. Let's empower the youth. Look, all the ones are the political college, then after the election, that what happens. So I think that we need to rebuild. This is a very big problem. NEBS,
Yes.
They should transform it to small business administration, so you'll be there forever. So they don't need to be creating. The president here lost another one, SME, I think last week or so, I think 8 billion or 8 million, whatever it is. So we don't need to be creating new ones. So let the institutionalize it. You see, one of the things in business, in marketing, is that if you want to copy the original, so let's look at countries around us, Rwanda is one of the key things. I was going to say the other day that they need to go to Rwanda and then they can solve their problem. You see, so this thing, look, when you go out, Ghanaian, your brother, I'm sure you know your cousin, they are very powerful. They want to come back home. But the how is what is left right now.
Exactly.
You see, people ask you about all these politics and so and so. Me, I don't see politics yet in Ghana, you see, because, my party is Moneymakers Party. You see,
MMP.
Yeah, because everybody, they are my friends, they are my brothers. Akufo-Addo is a great guy, you understand? Your Mahama is a great guy. Porter Mills, they are still celebrating him. 12 years.
Yes.
See, so they've all sacrificed themselves one way or the other. So politics should not divide us or whatever it is. You see, when Trump had the problem the other day, Biden called him.
Yes.
You see, so these things should not be seen by the youth that there is, separation of politics. No, I think, and I always believe, and I tell everybody that I tell my story. What brought me here? It's all people and friends or whatever. It's a family like it brought me here. So the key is not the politics that we are thinking about. You see, respect must be the cardinal.
Respect.
You see, it must be the cardinal thing about the Ghana's principle. You see, we must respect each other. Look, Ghana will be rich and rich forever. You cannot take, gold mine. The more gold you dig, you see what Ibrahim Muhammad did in Liberia? 20 police vehicles.
Yes,
he dashed it to people. Not Ghana police, the Liberian police. You see, so there are many people can do the same thing. You see, when you go around Ghanaians, they are doing so well. They want to come home, they call Dr. Kludjeson, how do we come here? When he goes, one of my friends took her to Wall Street the other day, for lunch when I was there. 15 young Ghanaians are all in the Wall Street. Managing 2-5 billion for this country, that country. They'll tell you that, Dr. Daddy, you don't respect it, but here we are. Wall Street. That's what Kencity came. We brought Kencity down when we did the stock exchange in those days.
Okay.
So he, Kelly, and others came. You see, look, there are a lot of them. You see, but if we do not take care of those who are behind us, our children, it's a difficult problem.
Look, sorry. So should government do something extraordinary to local businesses in order for us to take advantage of the benefits of the AFTA? That's where my interest is. What should government do to businesses?
To do is there's an agreement written, and we all signed as Ghanaian government, and then they decided, they chose that Ghana would lead this. Shouldn't you applaud for it?
Yes.
If you need to applaud for it, let's take 60% of the equity and do whatever it is to be done quick. You see, and then provide those things that are needed. You see, no one time to somebody just announcing this one's announcing this. No. You see, like Abasanjo, they just chose our Minister of Education, it's to lead Africa. It's a major, more than him become a vice president.
Yes.
You see, it's a very major, and Agyapong is great. It was in the US, so practicality, but there are, lapses, but he cannot do it alone.
Yes.
You see, so
is it a system thing, like culture is it part of it?
I think it's a system thing about this politics between the NPP and NDC fight and whatever. I don't see it, that's what it is, and by the end of the day, I don't see it. It's everybody likes it, but I don't like it. But it's in America too, it's in Britain too, it's in India too, it's in, wherever you go, it is there. You see, why are we not championing and leading the nation? Look, we did telecom, look, Ambani, I created him in 1994. Today they say 5G, so and so, Ambani will be leading it. Something I just laugh. You see, we created, I was AT&T, brought to Ghana, we did this, all kinds of things. When you get there, people say to go and fight, you go back. Ambani, 5G, this. Look, if you know the value of those frequencies, it's more than enough to build Ghana. But the reason nobody wants to talk about it, I'm not going to worry about it. Let us look at Ghana equity. You see, let us look Ghana first. Ghana first.
That is Honorable Kennedy Agyapong's slogan.
It's Ghana first. Look,
yes.
all these issues of investors coming. Look, me, I don't champion FDL. I champion local direct investments. Okay. You know, LDI, because the things that I do, I'm here, but if you Google me, everything, people, they are all supporting my idea, my vision. Not theirs.
Yes.
It must be local.
Yes.
You see something that you go and you come back, this you have Cisco, $300 million, they are real. They came. You see, so let us champion Ghana, let us promote Ghana, let us sell Ghana. Just like Canada, let us sell it. You see, look, Yamahama, good point, Baumia have good. Maybe then let them meet and what do we do?
Exactly.
You see, you know, God will elect a president. That's what I feel. You see, so it doesn't matter. You see, let us be one Ghana, let's be one people in one destiny. Let's build Ghana first. You see, Indians are doing it, you know, Vietnamese are doing it, Rwandese are doing it. In Dubai, where were in Chicago? Those guys were in Michigan University. They came dry land, they built Dubai. And they were supported. You see, you know, now Dubai, now Saudi Arabia, you don't talk about oil no more. Amazon has put a big data center there, and they are talking about technology. All the light, when you go to Dubai, it's all the lightery, nice, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. See, so let us build Ghana back. Those days were a smart city. You know, Kwame Nkrumah, you know, everybody came to work there. Dansuman was built. You know, see, all presidents they've tried. Yeah. You see, so all these things, let us put them outside. Yeah. It doesn't have to be in Accra. Yeah. You see, you know, let us
same with our tourism sector. Yeah. How can we use, for instance, technology to sell Ghana to the outside?
You know, one of the major problems about Ghana deficiency in tourism.
Come again?
You know, one of the major deficiencies about Ghana's tourism.
No, sir.
ATMs.
ATMs. The bank ATMs.
ATM and washrooms.
Oh, can you explain to us?
You see, when tourists come, they pay money. The only thing that they come, you know, when they come is their wallet and cards.
Okay.
You see, so when they go around, they need to, you know, use credit card, and most of the places they don't mean take the cards.
Okay.
You see, they don't take the cards. You know, when you go to souvenirs and all of them, they don't take the cards. You know, they're not POC or even ATMs to withdraw money.
So it means that they have their cards, but the system is not compatible for them to be able to withdraw from the ATM.
Yes.
Or the ATM machines are not working.
Either way, majority they are not there. So you go to Cancun Forest, you go to the what do you call it? The
Oti Falls and all those places.
You go to Cape Coast Castle and all of that. People want to go. Look, my brother is the president of African Statistics Foundation.
Okay.
You know, he's in Washington right now. Yesterday, a big conference has just been approved for Ghana for 2026. All of them coming to Ghana here. You see,
a big conference.
Yeah, big one. You know, yes, he was going to go to another company, you know, another country, but he was there. He thought he was approved for Ghana. Wonderful. You see, I am now in charge of Africa today in terms of smart cities, so. You know, we're about to do something, but even at this age, we're employing a lot of youth. You know, back again. You know, to do it. It's one direction and trust. You know, people must trust you. You must comply. For it to be done, money, there's a lot of them available. You see, we can bring one. It's only if you look at the Indian, the Lebanese, whatever it is, my brother, they control about 70% of the economy.
Of our economy?
Yes. They don't go to see akufo-addo every day. They don't go to the ministry to look for contracts. They don't go to the ministers. So, if you look at the whole of Swinters Road,
the business is all over.
It's changed.
Yes.
You see, so we need to get back to focus on the ground level. Why? Let the parliamentarians sit down. It's not about whatever. What can we do? They go around. They know the world. They are African parents, so they should just pass laws that will benefit themselves, their children, whatever it is.
Look, you from what you said, I can imagine that you have a lot of friends in government. Do you approach them with some of these?
Oh yeah. I'm you know, they call it influencer. We do. We tell them. When you tell them this, they will say when you tell them this. See, like I said, you know, if you look at the major thing for 2024 elections is 24 economy.
Digitalization.
If you merge it together, That's what we're talking about. You have a perfect economy.
Yeah. So no, please, the digitalization, would you say that for almost about like a decade now, Ghanaians have come to really understand tech digitalization?
See, the problem with digitalization that they talk about, who is the one who owned it? You see, digitalization must be owned by somebody.
Yeah.
You know, Bill Gates, Microsoft, that they own it. All that they were talking about digitalization, what is it? You know, which Ghanaian company is organized in the world that, you know, you have that? We hear about, you know, the blood thing, you know. See, so the Vice President is doing
and I'm told that, sorry to cut you, I'm told that the interoperability, the mobile money interoperability platform, government made a deliberate effort to make sure that it was Ghanaian local people who developed it.
So who owns it?
Well, maybe, I don't know.
See, all these issues, government, it's not a government issue, it's a private sector issue. So you develop, you go to government for license, for approvals, and then you are championing it. You see, all this NIA, Ghana card can fly you, whatever it is. The amount of money that has gone there would have been enough to transform the smart cities idea. You see, this issue, not that you are going to go against anything. You see, let's just copy, you know, the world. You see, people take sides of the, look, I've seen government, I've seen the new government. The 30 years ago, we created all this NDC and MPP, whether someone did, we created it. I was part of it, but I'm not into politics. I'm not even an assemblyman. You see, I've never been an assembly person. I always been selling calculated technology. I fall down, I come down, I move on. You see, so but the issue is that, you see, we have a great country, great people, great minds. You see, I can give you, if you want to go into deep, to tell you.
Unfortunately, our time is up.
But I wouldn't even say it.
Yes.
But I think that all I'm saying that the current parliamentarians, you know, my son, Penyo Makin, Tufosin, and all this, you see, the family, whatever their names are, Pujitu, they should just get together and say, look, before we leave office, we'll make sure that we'll create, even if it's 5% equity for Ghanaians.
Okay, that's wonderful.
You know, would have gone.
Wonderful. So last one, 30 seconds. Should government partner your company or institution to develop the smart cities?
No, the government is partnering. Well, you have got a license from NCA, which you have to do this. It's a for partnership with government. Government should just support.
Yes.
You see,
so is government supporting you? Like supporting the license?
Of course, government supports you. Government always supports me. You know, government supports every Ghanaian to Kencity, NTV.
Are we going to see the smart cities very soon?
We're launching. We just finished. Kumasi has begun. We are in installation there right now.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, we are going to write to you.
Okay.
If you want, you know, all the media people to have a tablet and connected to, you know, Wi-Fi. For 3 years, we are banks, we are meeting to finance it, and all of them, the churches.
So that we will not pay?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
No, you pay some, this
wonderful.
Not big. The churches, you're going to, you know, to the training centers, you know, to the churches, you know, we met them, and a lot of them are very, you know, sometimes just like, who are me, and they say somebody should do it. But we have a lot of young ones who are going to jump in. Our new office in Nigeria, we're going to launch it very soon.
Okay.
And so
we would want to be part of it. All too soon, our time is up, Doc. Thank you so much for this insightful discussions. I'm sure we would find time to, you know, approach you again. There are a lot of discussions we can have to, you know, better the lot of the youth of this country. And from the way you spoke, I can imagine you have so much love for the youth of this country. My general manager, lawyer Charles Kweku Amu Date, he says that Aiko.
Oh, thank you.
He's watching you.
Thank you.
Yo, I don't know. I'm saying that you potopa jamu kakra, but mijiri said dodona etumi edi womini edi echi. Papa your friend doctor Prince Kofi Kludjeson na yenene etuche nkomo. Ye behwe se ye bepe another topic a obetumi aba ene asan abeche. Nyama bebre ene we bi eni edi ache ne koso America ne koso wiase afan anya. O se Ghana so ebetumi ayebi ba ko kan ya to makoma no any sovereign equity what you say say ye goodie wo ho no ansa na ye be ma abrofo na betunu ye ne omo trase nka se mo amma yesi a mo ma goodie no enhye wo gidi se ye nyina ye be ba ko na ye pushi aban any your parliamentarians no normal pass laws a be boa yen ama mabunu no so anya adwuma ade ya ha ene yede dwumadie no ebesi ene enumre yeda mo asese mo pe brena mudi muni edi eye dwumadie we achi mrantie ne mmaba ni nyina a boa me ene enumre lawyer Charles Kweku amu date me production team no and afi so Robert Bafo Finn Kwesi Ninsin Justice Afo George Sarkodia Focus any Brahima Mate and a bomb chidom and enumre midi ade the flag bearer nyame adoma ukwada ebe ye ne abronye ewo the seat show so enti kache obi no obi so nkache obi no obi nkache obi say ye ukwada ebe de ye ne nyame ama ye ne abronye ene be di nkomo hot discussion ewo the seat show so makram